Big news that's breaking this minute. Jyotiraditya Scindia meeting Prime Minister Modi at his residence. Home Minister Amith Shah also accompanying him. This is the big news that is coming in at this point with this entire political crisis that is being witnessed with the Kamalnath government in the state of Madhya Pradesh. The latest coming in is that Jyotiraditya Scindia, who remember had left his residence an hour back, now we're given to understand will be meeting with Prime Minister Modi at his residence in the national capital. Meanwhile, Home Minister Amith Shah is also going to be accompanying him. Let me go across to my colleague Ayushman joining us live with getting us those big updates there. Ayushman, over to you. Take us through the details. This is big development there coming in at this point. Is it going to spell doom for the Congress? Something we have to look at. But Jyotiraditya Scindia there at Prime Minister's residence at this point.
Very important, significant development taking place right now in the national capital. Purva, if you talk about what we have witnessed in past few moments, Jyotiraditya Scindia in his vehicle alone, he left from his residence, and from there it was expected that he will be going to Gwalior, but the program in Gwalior was cancelled, and right now we are standing outside the 7 Lok Kalyan Marg, which is the Prime Minister's residence, and moments ago here, Union Home Minister Amith Shah was there with Jyotiraditya Scindia. Inside we are being told there is a meeting going on currently between Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Union Home Minister Amith Shah and Jyotiraditya Scindia. Speculations are there that Jyotiraditya Scindia finally may leave the Congress and can possibly join the BJP, but there is no clarity on that so far. But important development, very important, that Jyotiraditya Scindia, who was scheduled to go to Gwalior today to celebrate the 75th anniversary of his father, that program is cancelled in Gwalior. It is also expected that he'll be visiting Bhopal today at 5 p.m. It was expected, but that is not happening right now because Jyotiraditya Scindia, who has been completely silent on the entire event that we have seen unfolding in Madhya Pradesh, he is right now inside Prime Minister's residence. He is meeting him, and along with him is Union Home Minister Amith Shah.
Absolutely. These are big developments there coming in from the national capital. At the same time, Ayushman, any word coming in on what the Congress camp is doing? Because these developments are certainly going to bring in some jitters for the Congress camp.
Not only jitters, Purva, if everything goes as per the plan, the MP's government will not be there, the government of Congress won't be there in MP, and there has been a series of meetings that has been taking place in the national capital. It was Kamalnath, Digvijay Singh, senior leadership of Congress party, Rahul Gandhi meeting Sonia Gandhi, but that does not seem to be working right now because what we are seeing here is unprecedented. Stalwart leader of Congress party for a very long time, Jyotiraditya Scindia has been there. He has been representing from the Madhya Pradesh, the Congress party, and currently he is meeting the Prime Minister along with Union Home Minister. This comes into the backdrop of over 17 MLAs are there in Bengaluru. They are there, they are incommunicado. And also, Apurva, not to forget that all the ministers of Kamalnath government have tendered their resignation. So all that is happening, and here we see that Jyotiraditya Scindia, who was, if you remember, there was a picture with Rahul Gandhi where one side Kamalnath was there and on the other side Jyotiraditya Scindia was there, and Kamalnath was the chief minister. He was declared that day chief minister, and right now we are seeing Jyotiraditya Scindia, who has played a very important role for Congress in Madhya Pradesh. He is right now meeting Prime Minister Narendra Modi along with Union Home Minister Amith Shah. What would be the next step that can be speculated? Will he be joining the BJP, and will he shun the Congress party for longer period of time? He has been there with Congress. Will that happen? This is all speculation, but definitely it's a key development that has taken place today. He left from his residence, went to Union Home Minister Amith Shah, and from there he was accompanied by Union Home Minister, and right now he is there inside the Prime Minister's residence.
All right, Ayushman, request you to stay with us at this point. These are dramatic, big, key developments that are taking place at this point at the national capital. Let me also bring in our senior news editor, Mandar, who is joining us live, getting us further perspective and understanding of how to read these developments. Mandar, this is important because time and again we have seen such kind of instances coming to light. But what is even more important is how the Congress's infighting in a way has led to or paved way for BJP's gain.
Yeah, absolutely. BJP is certainly at advantage in Madhya Pradesh right now, and it seems they have got a major breakthrough in a way. And it is not just BJP's due to the efforts of the BJP, but this is because of the cracks which were already evident in Congress since last 2 years, and Congress has never acted upon those cracks. Jyotiraditya Scindia, the kind of stature he has as far as his leadership is concerned in Madhya Pradesh, they have completely neglected and ignored his stature, and that's why this is what is the situation which has which Congress in Madhya Pradesh is facing right now. That the Jyotiraditya Scindia, along with Amith Shah and Prime Minister Narendra Modi, they are meeting and they are huddled together. That means certainly there will be some kind of a move from Jyotiraditya Scindia within a day or two, and everybody is expecting. There is a lot of speculation that he might switch his party to BJP and he will dump Congress. So that will be a big blow in that case if it happens. Of course, today is the birth anniversary of mother of Scindia, his father, and he was a stalwart as far as Madhya Pradesh Congress was concerned, and overall Congress leadership is concerned. So this is going to be a big blow to Kamal Nath government in Madhya Pradesh, and the things are developing right now. We will come to know what exactly has happened in the meeting at PM residence between Amith Shah, Prime Minister Narendra Modi, and Jyotiraditya Scindia. As the rumors were, as the speculations were always there, that Jyotiraditya Scindia will be offered a union ministry from the central government if at all he switches to BJP. And along with that, of course, the situation will change in Madhya Pradesh totally as far as the state government is concerned.
Absolutely. Mandar, request you to stay with us at this point. Let me also get in further perspective on this. Our managing editor, Raveena Tiwari, now joining me on the broadcast. Good morning, Raveena. These are unprecedented developments, so to say, that is happening right now with Jyotiraditya Scindia meeting Prime Minister Modi and Home Minister Amith Shah in the national capital in the light of the kind of political crisis that is witnessed in Madhya Pradesh. Your first reactions on the kind of developments that are unfolding at this point and what it is likely to spell for the Congress?
Yes, so this is possibly the biggest crisis that has hit the Congress, Apurva. But there are two things that I think we need to let our viewers know. One, of course, is the immediate news which we are hearing now, that Jyotiraditya Scindia is meeting the Prime Minister along with Mr. Amith Shah. Now, there are two things that I am personally hearing from the Congress sources in Delhi, which is this: that there are two possibilities. The first possibility, of course, which all of us are talking about, is Jyotiraditya Scindia joining the BJP. But the second possibility that I have been told is that he may well form a separate party of his own, and then with the BJP support form a government in Madhya Pradesh. That's the other possibility that we are hearing of, which is currently being discussed as we speak. So there are two possibilities. One, of course, of Mr. Scindia and his faction joining the BJP outright, but the second also being of him floating a separate party. Remember, today, as you rightly mentioned, it is his father's death anniversary, and what better day than that could be to form a party in memory of his father. That is the immediate provocation, Apurva. But I think it's very important to let our viewers know the background of it. Remember, Jyotiraditya Scindia lost the Lok Sabha election from Guna, a seat where many thought him losing election was virtually an impossibility. You know, he comes from the royal family in that part of the country, has enormous following and command over the people there who almost revere the Scindia family. It's not just a regular relationship for many people who are not used to the culture of royalty and the princely faith that existed in India. I think it's important to tell them that the kind of loyalty that they have for the Scindia family is pretty much blind. It's not as if they changed because the party has changed. And hence, for him to lose the Lok Sabha election had raised many, many eyebrows in Madhya Pradesh. Remember, Purva, in Madhya Pradesh, the Congress has always been faction-ridden. From Kamal Nath, there used to be Suresh Pachori as well. At one point of time, Vijay Singh used to have a very strong faction. He's much weaker today as a politician. And then there was, of course, the Scindia faction. So we had 4 or 5 factions of the Congress already in MP. And in the last 1 year or so, ever since the Lok Sabha's massive defeat of the Congress, the party has been rudderless. There has been confusion over who the leader is. Rahul Gandhi has taken a backseat. He doesn't seem to be interested or not involved. You had Sonia Gandhi taking over control shortly, and that brought back the old guard. Remember, Jyotiraditya Scindia is considered to be one of the new age leaders of Congress. A lot of them are currently restless. A lot of them have expressed their restlessness in public. And Jyotiraditya Scindia was being badly cornered by the Kamal Nath faction in the last 6 months or so, including now, as Mandar has been pointing out, the issue of him getting a Rajya Sabha nomination from the state. So, all in all, a massive crisis for the Congress, perhaps the worst of them, because the Scindia family has been as much a loyalist of the Congress as anyone else has been, Apurva.
Absolutely. When I request you to stay with us at this point, let me also go across to Vinod Sharma, senior journalist who's also joining us on this broadcast. Vinod Sharma, many thanks for speaking to us and a very good morning to you. This is perhaps, as when I pointed out, the worst crisis in a way to be seen as far as Congress camp is concerned. What are your first reactions when you look at these unprecedented dramatic developments that are unfolding in the Congress camp?
Well, I would suggest that this is as big as someone like Mamata Banerjee deserting the party in West Bengal. Maybe in terms of cadres, Scindia may not be able to take a big chunk of people with him, but his clout in Madhya Pradesh is undoubtedly better than that of the elderly leaders in the party. Mr. Kamal Nath was made Chief Minister of Madhya Pradesh not because he's an immensely popular leader, but because he brought a degree of administrative experience and he was acceptable when one interpreted that in the backdrop of the tug-of-war between Digvijay and Jyotiraditya Scindia. You know, the Scindia-Digvijay tussle is a kind of a continuation of the Mandar Arjun Singh tussle, which we saw in the past. So, in Madhya Pradesh, the Congress party has had many tall leaders, and on account of that, there has forever been a factional war within the party between Digvijay and Jyotiraditya Scindia now, between Madhav Scindia and Arjun Singh in the past, and also Digvijay Singh, and to some extent Kamal Nath. I think that it is a sad reflection on the central leadership of the party that they were not able to make these factions sit down and come to an arrangement. They had a very stable government in the sense that it had a majority of 6 to 7 MLAs in the House. They could have run it for 5 years, but on account of their failure to accommodate each other, that this whole edifice has come down crashing, and the central leadership is absent. There is no justification for absenteeism in politics. Absenteeism is suicide in politics. And this blow to the Congress party may find ripples in Rajasthan sooner than later.
Right. Mr. Vinod Sharma, this is Mandar from say, I need to ask you a question regarding, you, as you were referring to the old days factionalism in Congress. Do you think that the young Turks, the young brigade in Congress, especially who, the leaders who were around Rahul Gandhi, especially be it Sachin Pilot or Jyotiraditya Scindia, they were completely neglected by this old brigade in the Congress, be it Digvijay Singh, be it Ashok Gehlot. So is this particular chance also missed by Congress as far as honing their skills as far as around these young leaders are concerned?
You see, may I say one thing? You see, one saw this transition, generational change, when Rajiv Gandhi took, and people who are veterans now were the people who came thanks to Rajiv Gandhi into politics and came to occupy important positions, be it Oscar Fernandez or be it Ahmed Patel. And also Kamal Nath, Joe Kamal Nath originally was close to Sanjay Gandhi, but he found a place in Rajiv Gandhi's schemes of things as much. So I think that this Generation X, which the next generation leadership, second line of leadership in the Congress party, is disenchanted, and the central leadership, the high command, so-called high command, I wonder whether this nomenclature is applicable anymore, because Jyotiraditya Scindia's exit from the Congress party is perhaps a commentary on the diminishing clout of the high command within the party. And if they could not retain Jyotiraditya Scindia, could not fetch him a Rajya Sabha seat, a chief minister cannot, a chief minister in the Congress party, this isn't the culture, this isn't the hierarchy or the chain of command. The Rajya Sabha seats are decided in Delhi by the High Command. The PCC presidentships are decided by the High Command. But now it seems that Mr. Kamal Nath and Mr. Digvijay Singh seem to have seceded from the rest of the party, and they were trying to call the shots all by themselves.
Right.
And the central leadership did special little to interfere. So you have a major A-grade crisis facing the party, and it may not be there at all to be seen in Madhya Pradesh in the coming years.
Right. Thank you for those reactions. And as we are speaking right now, we have joined us with Hitesh Vajpayee, who's the spokesperson of BJP. Mr. Vajpayee, what you would say? Is it almost now certain that Mr. Jyotiraditya Scindia is joining BJP, or as the speculations are going on, he is also trying to form a separate group called Madhya Pradesh Vikas Congress in Madhya Pradesh itself?
Look, I'm not aware of that thing. First of all, I'm aware of that Holi is there. So happy Holi to all of you. Secondly, what I am seeing that the ship of the Congress is sinking, and it is sinking due to their own lacunae, holes and baggages. And thirdly, everything is very loud and clear in black and white why the Congress is sinking. And everybody is aware of that thing. The only thing is that Sonia, Rahul and the first family is not exactly facing all these questions. So they are not able to fill the gaps, or they are not able to get rid of the baggages. So what's the next? The people or the young leaders who don't see their fate in Congress, or rather who don't see the fate of the Congress in the country, they are coming out gradually, and that has happened earlier also. Like if you see Mamata Banerjee, Sharad Pawar, that generation also,
Right.
They also came out of the Congress because of that reason only. So this is the second generation, Sachin Pilot, Scindia ji, Milind Deora. Now they are also feeling the same because they are all son of the soil. And lastly, even if you see some of the Congress government, that is not because of the first-line leadership, Rahul, Priyanka or Sonia. That is due to Captain Amarinder Singh. Or in Madhya Pradesh, we see that is due to our fault. That was the collateral advantage of the Congress, which they got 5 or 7 seats more than us. So, but unfortunately, the leadership of the present Gandhis, they are not able to see all these things. So they are destined to sink.
Right, Mr. Bajpayee. So you're not sure as of now what is going to happen next as far as a separate group or a faction of Congress itself will be formed in Madhya Pradesh or not, or whether Mr. Jyotiraditya Scindia will be joining BJP.
No, I am not sure. Basically, I am a non-committal on this question, or rather, no comments on this status on this question.
Thank you, Mr. Vajpayee, for joining with us. We have with us our managing editor, Mr. Raveena Tiwari. Vinay, the question which is very important as of now is whether Jyotiraditya Scindia is going to join BJP, or he will be able to form a separate group. The speculations are saying that he will form possibly a Madhya Pradesh Vikas Congress. What is the most likely situation you think which will come up in some time or no?
Yes, those are the two speculations that are currently on, Mandar, about whether he's going to be outrightly joining the BJP or whether there will be a separate party that was floated. Remember, there are advantages of having a separate party as well, because obviously then, you retain your notional one-arm distance, and I'm using the word notional one-arm distance because ultimately he would have still been called somebody who's deserted the Congress, but you still kind of maintain a notional one-arm distance and also retain the identity of the legacy of his father. Remember, Madhya enjoys enormous legacy in the state, especially in the Guna Gwalior region, where the family enjoys a lot of clout, and his name and his legacy still resonates, and hence there is the forming a separate party then allows you to retain that kind of legacy, because you can push that line, you can push that agenda, and you can have the name of the party which resonates along with that. So there is that possibility that exists. But having said that, I think the larger point being that, look, there is Madhya Pradesh now looks like a lost case for the Congress for sure. That is part A. And part B, we haven't heard the last of it in the political rumblings that we've seen now in not just Madhya Pradesh but possibly in other states too. Vinod was pointing out about how Rajesh Pilot has been very restless in Rajasthan as well. And that again is likely to play out because remember, all the old guard may have come back since Sonia Gandhi took charge of the party in the absence of a very indivisible Rahul Gandhi, and that pretty much precipitated. The other thing is, Mandar, that we will also have to consider the possibility of the so-called disqualification of the MLAs that will come up as an issue going forward. Because even if 13 people have walked across, there will be the issue of disqualification that will come up once again. And that then becomes another situation where there will be a by-election or they'll have to be re-elected and come back into the regular mainstream. So this drama seems to be now prolonged. But I think what seems to be certain is that Mr. Kamal Nath government in Pradesh is on the edge, and we are pretty much now looking at the end game in that state for the Congress.
Right. Thank you for those perspective, Vinay. As Apurva, we are seeing these developments in Delhi, as well as we are expecting some kind of an announcement in Madhya Pradesh also through the day, possibly by the evening, since it's birth anniversary of Mr. Madhavrao Scindia, and Jyotiraditya Scindia is about to possibly address his followers in Gwalior. So it is going to be very exciting. But one thing is sure now that the Kamal Nath government in Madhya Pradesh seems to be completely challenged by Jyotiraditya Scindia.
All right, Mandar, many thanks for joining us and bringing us all those updates. We'll continue keeping a close watch on all these political developments that are taking place at this point. Right now, we're slipping into a short break. We'll be back with more news and updates on the other side.